All right, y'all. So, bar's closed. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So, I'm going to where I sleep. The only person who knows that information is like maybe 2 people. Anyway, that's where I'm headed. Wanted to kind of talk more about the benefits of going to the bar as a sober person. Karaoke is a lot of fun. You get to see and meet a lot of local bands. That's a lot of fun. And some places like Shattered, if you've never been to Shattered in Loves Park and you're into vinyl records, they have got vinyl records. Some of them are signed by major artists like Kenny Rogers, Elvis Presley, Prince. There's just some incredible memorabilia, right? Like, I mean, there are people who go to record stores and search their whole lives to find these records, and they never will. And they're sitting on the wall at Shattered, and you can see them. Or you go to the music box, and you can see a gold or a platinum record from Cheap Trick. Like, there's just so much cool memorabilia. And for somebody who's into music like I am, I think that's honestly one of the most awesome parts about going to a lot of these different places. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I really don't have much else to talk about tonight, guys. It's no secret that I'm going through a lot, and I finally found myself a job, and if I go dark on social media for a minute, just know that the homeless man will never, ever leave you. I got a lot going on, and it kind of sucks because, like, I don't want to leave social media. I've only ever done this once before, and that was when Jalea, the 11-year-old girl from Eisenhower, may she rest in peace, she took her own life during a period of time that I was doing my social media, talking about suicide and stuff. Which again is like the whole premise for this whole thing is like, don't take yourself out. You know, if you haven't seen my first video ever, I've been mentioning it a lot lately. You should go watch it. YouTube finally accepted my licensing information and everything for The Real Homeless Man. So I'm officially The Real Homeless Man on YouTube. Awesome. I think Instagram's the only one we have left. And Instagram has not been responsive, like, at all. I don't know why, because it's Meta. And I got the response from Facebook, and they let me change my name. But so far, Instagram has not done that. So, still trying to figure that out. But yeah, I'm officially the real homeless man, yo. And I'm really homeless, and there's a lot of real problems in this world that really need to be talked about, and that's why I do what I do. As I was saying, though, the only time I've ever gone more than 24 hours without going live was when Jalea died, and I had to take a moment because that really threw me off. An 11-year-old girl to taking her own life it really hit me, and it still hits me to this day, every day. And then come to find out that Lil White's son took his own life as well for the same reasons, being bullied at school. You know, I'm working first shift, which means I should be able to start doing city hall meetings on Mondays at 5:30 again. And perhaps I will most definitely record those. If I do a city hall meeting and I go cuss out the mayor directly, y'all will definitely see that live. So there's a lot to come. A lot of stuff coming up. But if I go dark, just know I'm working on holding this job and doing what I got to do. That's not to say that I'm going to go dark on social media. But if that happens, just know everything's all right. I'm going to try to not to, though. It's just really hard because, like I said, I'm running out of data on my phones and everything, and I'm trying to get videos transferred over to YouTube, and it's all just really random over there. YouTube, I'm just randomly throwing old videos on my YouTube right now. It's very random. Like, I'm just going through my phone, and just anything that uploads to YouTube, I delete it off my phone, and trying to get all my footage over there. At least if they do take my video down for like any sort of trademark or anything, it stays in my library, so I still keep the data. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing about YouTube. And a lot of these videos, this information that I'm relaying right now, like what I just said about YouTube, even though they do take your videos down, it stays in your library, so you get to keep the footage. I'm writing books, guys. Some of you guys know I've written 4 books on PTSD. Okay. I won't say the titles out loud because I'm still got to work on the copyrights and all that stuff to release my books. I got to get a hard copy so I can send it to a publisher, yada, yada, yada. But I've written 4 books on PTSD, and I'm currently writing a book about social media and social media marketing and personal branding and music and all that type of stuff. So a lot of people, they want to get famous. They think it's as simple as just writing a song and putting it on the internet. It's not. So I'm going to try to teach you musicians out there how to make money off of social media with your art. And if you do it right, you can get monetized on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? That's 3 checks. If you only get, let's see, 1 million views is $1,000 on TikTok. It's roughly about $2,000 on Facebook, if you do it right. And so yeah, if you know what you're doing with the social media thing, you can very easily make $1,000 a month if you're cross-platform posting, and you'll never once have to book a gig. You'll never once have to sell a piece of merch, anything like that. No, all that'll be in the book. But if you have merch, that's a plus, right? There's 8 billion people on the internet. If only a percentage of them buy a t-shirt, you make a lot of money. The hardest part is figuring out how to break through. And I still can't figure that out, guys. All I can say is persistence, persistence, persistence. Post. Keep posting. Like, your life depends on it. Every video I do is a shot at the internet lottery. And all it takes is for the right person to hit the share button. I've told this story before. Okay, the backpack kid, the flossy backpack kid that does the flossy stuff with the hands behind the back okay, that kid got famous because his video sat on the internet for a year. And then Ariana Grande found it, and she hit the share button. True story. If you guys want to hear more of that story, go look up Gary Vaynerchuk, Crush It. Okay, he's got three books, Crush It, Crushing It, and Jab, 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 Right Hook. And he's written another book called The Thank You Economy. It's where I learned 90% of what I know about social media. Problem is, God didn't bless me with a talent to do country music or music in general. So yeah, it kind of sucks when you go through your whole life knowing that you're good at social media and knowing that you're capable of getting almost 500,000 views in 28 days with less than 1,000 followers. And the fact of the matter is, like, that's the world we live in, guys. My page has been viewed 500,000 times in the last 28 days, and I've only gained like 17 followers. That's how noisy this social media world is. That's how hard it is to break through on the internet. And that's why, in closing, that's why I don't want to not go live, because I know that every video I post is not only inspirational to somebody, but if I stop posting, I stop buying tickets into the internet lottery. You know? And I've said it before, like, if y'all would just smash the share button on every video I ever posted, I would have already gained like 1 million followers. There's no way that wouldn't have happened. Okay? All my videos have 100 views on average and 0 shares. So if 100 people hit shares, especially when you consider that at least one of them has more than 10,000 followers, because I've specifically gained certain followers throughout the point of doing social media, and almost everybody has more followers than me. That was the whole point, but nobody hits the share button. But if those 100 people who watched the video would hit the share button, I'd already have 1 million followers. I would have had 1 million followers fucking 6 months ago. I'd be making $30,000-$40,000 a month off Facebook. I wouldn't need a job right now. You guys could have changed my whole life, but you didn't. That's the world we live in. It's just the way the world is. But again, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. As I continue to rebuild my life gets better, things happen, things change. I'm going to continue to talk about it, because suicide's a real thing. And it's something I struggle with every single day. Every single day. I've never woke up and wanted to be a part of this shitty ass world that we live in. Never. Don't blame people for leaving it. I don't blame you. All right, but we can't make it any better if we're not here to do that. Only the good die young. Only the good die young. And what's left is the dust. The dusty motherfuckers. The motherfuckers who are only out there for themselves, trying to keep up with the Joneses so they can buy a better car than the next guy, or a bigger house, or they don't care. True story. I got certain people I can think of right now who in 99% of my videos, hopefully nobody gets butthurt, because I promise you it's not you. I promise you it's not you. Whoever you think you are, I promise it's not you. Okay, but there's somebody that I've been doing karaoke with basically since the beginning, who I thought was a friend. And I have PTSD and I have ears like a bat. And if you talk about me, I have over 1,000 followers. And chances are it's a friend of a friend of a friend. And one of my friends is going to come tell me and stand up and be a good person and tell me, hey, this person said this about you. And I think that you should know, you know? And so, like, there's somebody I've been doing karaoke with literally since the very beginning, who said some really shitty shit. And I overheard it recently. Trying to be very careful how I word this, because I don't want this person to know. But, like, somebody I do karaoke with, consider them a friend a long time. And I overheard them saying some shitty shit, man. You know? Like, fake friends are real. Fake friends are very real. And I guess that's all I got to say, you know? But be your own best friend. So, I really don't know where else to go with that. But even when you think the world is good, it'll turn around and show you that you're wrong. And that's where, like, all this stuff I know about psychology comes in. Sometimes you just gotta switch your way of thinking and realize that what a person says about you says more about them than it does about you most of the time. Hey, check this out for those of you that might be able to see this. I always stop by this bridge after I finish karaoke at Shattered. And, come on. Flip at the camera. There we go. Come on. Don't swim away. Look. It's a fishy. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Oh, there's two of them. Look at that. I think they're just carp, but every time I stop by this bridge, oh, look, there's three of them. There's a third one coming up right here. 1, 2, 3. Can we see the third one yet? Coming in the frame. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Animals, y'all. They're better than people. Hey, while we're on the topic, did you know that just 15 seconds of eye contact with a goldfish can release oxytocin in your brain and make you feel love? Anybody got a betta fish on their counter swimming at home? Or like, you know that feeling when you get home and you see your dog? And you're like, yay, he's happy I'm here. Oxytocin. Right there. I just got a little depressed talking about people and thinking about people and the way people are. And then I see some fish and now I feel happy. At least for a moment. But life's not always a happy place, so you got to press through, man. You got to press through. You know, I just went almost a whole year without a job, and it was looking real dark. It was looking real bad, guys. I'm not even going to lie. I've been through some of the darkest days of my darkest days here very recently. And for those of you who follow me, you know how I pressed through. It's through local music, through a few good friends. Because there are some real ones out there. If you look for the darkness and the problems and the stress and the what's next, well, that's what you're going to find. But if you look for the light and the positivity and the joy and the good things in life, that's what you'll find. All right? And if you're a positive, uplifting person, you'll find positive, uplifting friends. And if you're a negative, Nelly, stressed out all the time, angry, bitter person, well, guess what? Chances are most of your friends are too. That's life. And that's why, like I said in the video the other day, it's really important to study your laws, okay? If you're an XXXTentacion fan, then you know what I'm talking about. Energy, karma, equal and opposite reactions. All these things are very much relatable to your own psychology if you know how to apply it. And anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, let's see, what time is it? It is 2 o'clock. I have to be on the bus at 4:15, so I'm gonna get myself about an hour of sleep, and then I will be at Whiskey's Roadhouse tomorrow, guys. I actually have to do one more video. For those of you who stayed to the end of this video, you know what's up, and the rest of them are just gonna have to find out when I do the next video. But tomorrow is your last opportunity to see Gordon. Okay, for those of you who know that I have a giant red iguana that is super friendly and loves to hang out with everybody, okay, tomorrow is your last opportunity to meet my iguana, Gordon, okay, until May of next year, because he's going to be indoors. He's going to be under his heat lamp. He's going to be chilling out, pigging out, watching TV and listening to Dropout Kings and Modifier and Reckless Redemption. He's probably going to be playing pretty loud in the room he's in. But he's going to be headbanging all winter long, fattening up till next year. And I won't be able to bring him out till May because it is getting cold outside, okay? I do have a method to keep him warm during the show, so no worries there. He's going to be nice and toasty. I can bring him out in the cold for a short period of time. He's a very resilient animal. He's never been sick in the past. I'm not worried about that. So, yeah, if y'all want to meet Gordon, the big red iguana that the homeless man has, then Fridays, tomorrow night, Whiskey's Roadhouse. That's your time to do it, okay? It's $15 at the door. There's Saving Vice, The Failsafe, Monroe, and I believe The Fiction We Create. I think that's all the bands. I know one of my loyal followers knows what the bands are. If you could post them in the comments, that'd be great, because I'm not near the flyer right now, and I'm live, so I can't look it up. But, yeah, if y'all want to meet Gordon, come on out. All right. Trying to think if there's anything else before I get off of here, and then I got to go to work, and y'all probably won't see me till tomorrow night at Whiskey's Roadhouse, like I said. So, it's going to be your last chance to get to see him till it warms up again. So, come on out. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been telling y'all about previous episodes the homeless man has done. Some of y'all in Rockford may remember last year I was in the 4th of July parade, and I was riding a bicycle with Gordon actually on my head. I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but that video is out there somewhere in the internet world, and it's backed up to one of my cell phones, so I'm sure you guys will get to see it eventually. Maybe next year. Maybe we'll be in the 4th of July parade next year again, and I'll have them on my head again. But, yeah. Anywho, I got nothing left for you, all right? I'm going to do a separate video because this one was a little bit long. Talking about everything I just talked about here at the end, the Saving Vice, last chance to come on out and meet Gordon, yada, yada, wada, wada. But that will probably not be until tomorrow afternoon. For those of you, I'm trying to get better at this social media thing. So I'm trying to, with the new job and everything, I'm kind of trying to let you guys know what's up and what's where and what. Because I'm going to be disappearing for a minute, and then I'll be back, and then I'll disappear again because I got like a whole lot going on. I got emails responding to for these 60-second interviews with people that are coming to town, and messaging different managers of big bands that are coming to town in a couple months, and so like just a million and one things. I'm chasing my dreams, y'all. That's what I'm doing. So, but yeah, do a separate video about all that tomorrow when I get to where Gordon is and get him ready to come to the show. So tomorrow, when I get off of work at about, I get off of work at 2. I should be to Gordon by 4 or 5. And I think the show starts at 7. So sometime around 5 o'clock, I will be live with a giant red iguana on my head. Telling you guys to come on out to Whiskey's for this concert. Okay, it's $15 to get in the door. That's not, none of that goes to me. That don't go to me at all. That's A-List Promotions is putting on the show. I gotta pay just like everybody else has to pay. We all gotta pay to get in the show, but we're supporting local music. That's what we're doing, all right? And I guarantee you, okay, the Sober Lit family is coming out in full force. All right. I can think of at least 10 off the top of my head without looking at anything. I get to give at least 10 of us that are going to be there. So it should be a great time. We only have like 100 members in the group so far. I think we're actually almost closer to 200 actually. So that's cool. We're at 170 actually. So, man, I gotta do a whole nother video. See, this is what I'm talking about. Busy. When we were at 121 followers, I said when we get to 171 followers, I'll drop Ghosted by From Ashes to Embers. Now, I am going to be hanging out with some members of the band tomorrow at this concert that I'm referencing. And so we are going to pick up a ticket that I'm going to be giving away for Apollo December 5th. There's a show. And while we're there, we're also going to have like I said, Gordon's going to be there. And if we can get, I think we literally only need one more member in the Sober Lit family. If we get to 171 followers, because at 121, I said, if we get 50 more followers, I'll drop this video. And I'm pretty sure we're going to hit 50 more followers probably by tomorrow. Because we were at 121, we're at 170 now. So when I go pick up the ticket for the Apollo December 5th, then I will talk to the members of the band, make sure it's okay to drop this video because it is an unreleased song. But I have to get like express permission from them because they're very, very particular about these things. And so if I don't get express permission, then we're going to have to come up with a new incentive to get people to join the Sober Lit family. But I don't think there will be any issues. I will say that. But yeah, so a lot going on, guys. And then we're going to drop the video for Ghosted, and we're going to give away a ticket to From Ashes to Embers' next concert, which means if you want to see Ghosted live and meet the homeless man, there's your opportunity to do so. But Gordon will not be at the show on December 5th. Gordon will be at the show tomorrow, and that's it. And we're going to put him up for the winter, make sure he stays warm and well fed. So, and that's some of this money I'm making not only has to go towards my license, but also making sure that my iguanas are taken care of properly, and to make sure that the individuals who are caring for Gordon are at least compensated in some small way. I don't have much, but we got to make sure Gordon makes it through the winter. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm done. Okay. That was a lot of information. I thank you guys for the people who stuck around. And tomorrow, keep an eye out for the videos. Like I said, about 5 o'clock, I'll probably go live with Gordon on my head. And then once we get to the show, we're probably going to go live with some members of From Ashes to Embers, depending on how that goes. Some people don't like to be on camera, but I think everything's going according to plan. Like I said, nothing's guaranteed. What was I saying earlier about fake friends? You know, so, but hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. We'll see. So, I've been pretty good about being forward with From Ashes to Embers, letting them know about dropping their video and stuff. So shouldn't be any issues. But I do want to make sure I actually get like permission, because I don't want anything to come back on me later because I dropped this song and didn't have some sort of proof that I had permission. You know, so we're gonna get that squared away, and we're gonna pick up this ticket to give away. Yada yada. Enough said. Good night, guys. I am going to go to where I sleep, probably get another hour-ish of sleep, So that'll be 6 hours of sleep that I've had today. That's actually decent. It's more sleep than I get on most days. Probably take a little hour nap, and then I'm gonna clock in. And yeah, tomorrow is gonna be freaking crazy, man. There's gonna be an iguana on my head. It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, good night. Love yourself. Love others. Love the world around you. Peace. How do you... Wait, you see him every day. How do you see him every day? What are you talking about? Good night.